All right, and welcome to Super Sound Showcase, sponsored by Culture Fix here on FM 93.5 The Burg and WMBG AM 740. I'm your host, Robert Hodge, and today our special guest is Wyatt Baldwin, known to many of you as one of the dynamic local talents we have here. Wyatt is a great guitarist. He is a singer and he is a songwriter, and I really like his music. So is this the second or third time you've been on with me, actually? It all runs together, but I know you've been here.
Maybe the second time I've been with you.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
Well, Wyatt has a new CD that is available, and where can they find this CD, actually? Well, we might as well start with a pitch.
It's most streaming and distribution platforms online, so Apple Music, Spotify, iTunes.
Okay.
And I have them on CDs. If you see me around town, just ask for one.
Okay.
Bandcamp too, if you'd like to download.
Awesome. All right, well, we're going to talk about music, but first I want to get this one burning question out of the way. As you got ready to come in here today, what kind of day were you having that it inspired Night of the Living Dead? Was there significance in that shirt today?
I really love this shirt, actually, yeah.
Your lucky shirt?
Pretty much, yeah. Yeah, I love zombies.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Awesome. I must too, because I've dated a few. But
I don't know.
Anyway, let's talk about your music. I know you've been writing and diligently working on some new material. Tell us about what you're working on.
Well, I got a couple projects going on, but right now I'm writing some new songs for hopefully to be on the next project. I'm thinking of maybe toying around with releasing an EP leading up to an album this year.
Okay.
So I've been writing and recording, producing them myself. But I also have a new band that I'm working with. I don't know, I can't say too much about that one yet, but I'm writing songs, writing lyrics for it, and really excited about my collaborators.
What kind of sound will it be? Has it found it yet?
It's definitely going to be more garage rock. We're going to be plugged in. It's going to be a much different sound, but it's probably a sound that I root from. Kind of inspired by White Stripes and things like that I really enjoyed.
That's who you remind me of, Jack White. So where do you define your music? What kind of labels do you put on your solo work?
It's kind of difficult sometimes because I feel like I'm kind of all over the place. Each project I do definitely has a different sound than the last, but I like the term Americana. I feel like I'm heavily influenced by a lot of some of the core American genres folk and bluegrass and blues and a little bit of jazz in there.
What have you been listening to today?
Today, a lot of Tom Waits recently.
Okay.
I love Tom Waits. See what else did I listen to? Always Bowie. I always have David Bowie in my mix.
If there's only one more record you can play, what's it going to be?
One more record?
Yeah, you can only hear one more. What's it going to be?
Probably Station to Station by Bowie.
Nice.
I love that.
Okay. Well, tell me, do you find Bowie influences your writing at all, or is it just that you admire him as a performer and learn something?
Yeah, I think it's definitely seeping into my music. Yeah, he's actually helped me discover different elements to my voice. It's gotten
nice.
I really like Bowie late 70s where he's kind of crooning a little bit, and he's getting that lower more conversational type of singing.
Sure.
And so I tried to play around with that in my voice and have my own discover own elements like that in my voice.
Yeah. I think it's been just a little more than 2 years ago that I first saw you perform and we became friends. How long have you been actually singing and playing out?
Let's see, I started August of 2014.
Okay.
That's when I did my first open mic. So, yeah, I had
so you got 5 years under your belt now. That's great.
Yeah.
That's great. If you were to look back at 5 years ago, what do you see as the main difference between Wyatt on stage now? What can you do now that you don't think you really did well then? Have you polished it up?
Yeah, it's definitely more polished, I think, but in some ways that may not be a better thing. I think when I when I first started, like I was like playing in my room for 2 years with this idea of like every time I practiced, like I pretended like I was performing for someone because I was like, I just know I want to do that.
Nice.
And so when I got up there, I don't think my musical ability was that great or anything like that, but like there was just so much energy and like desire there that it was pretty well received the first time I did it. So
but your music talent has excelled, no doubt, since then.
Oh yeah, I hope it's always developed. Yeah, but I'm more satisfied with like the songwriting and the performing and singing. The singing is probably what's developed the most. Is I didn't sing growing up.
So
really.
when you transitioned from singing to these imaginary folks, and all of a sudden there you were on a real stage, was it what you expected?
In a way it was. I don't know, it really fed the performance. I really
that
love
adrenaline's
performing.
a big thing, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know, just being up there and actually communicating with people, it changes the way you approach your song in a way. It's like you can play it a million times in your room and then you get out in front of people and everything's out the window. I get more emotional with it. It's more,
of course,
more driven performance.
And interestingly enough, everything that you perform and your interpretation of your own music is now suddenly up for the reinterpretation by every person in that room. So it can be taken so many different ways.
Yeah, I love, I love playing stuff for people and like hearing their reaction to it, because it's like it tells me so much about them, and like you learn so much about people through music, just hearing their reaction to something that you feel totally different about or feel slightly different about.
Indeed. Tell me about your relationship with that guitar.
Oh, I was just thinking about this today. I was this Taylor guitar. It's an auditorium style guitar. I got it about 2 years ago.
Okay.
I saved up all my money one year working at a thrift store, and
I remember that.
And I went into a Guitar Center, played all the cheaper guitars, and I was like, I'm not going to go in the Taylor or Martin room, and because I just want to save some money. But then, I wasn't satisfied, and I finally walked into the Taylor room, picked up this one, and just did one like that, and I loved the way it like rang out. So I was like, I was just hooked. I had to get this one.
What's your favorite lick to do on the guitar? What can you do that's fun and fancy? You got something you want to show up with?
I don't know. I don't know. I like doing this type of stuff. Like, I don't know, like kind of rockabilly type stuff. Like,
yeah.
I don't know.
I like that.
I can't really work it. I don't really work it into a whole lot of songs, but when I'm just sitting around with a guitar.
Well, I'm sure when the right moment hits, that comes out, doesn't it?
Yeah,
that's really a great sound.
It's like for all those, look, Ma, I can play fast.
And that guitar does have a beautiful tone. I hear why you liked it. All right, well, this is Super Sound Showcase, sponsored by Culture Fix here on FM 93.5 The Burg and WMBG AM 740. I'm your host, Robert Hodge, and I'm joined by Wyatt Baldwin today. And when we come back from these messages, he will play some of his music for us, and we will hear some things from this new record that he's got, and you will fall madly for his talent. I promise. And we'll be right back after these messages. Please stay with us. And we are back with Super Sound Showcase. I'm your host, Robert Hodge. This show is sponsored by Culture Fix, our friends that do so much to really give you culture here in Williamsburg. And boy, do they do a fine job. If you attended any of their recent events, you know they are just magical with the things that they create as opportunities for all of us in Williamsburg. And we sure do appreciate them sponsoring this show. And my guest, equally talented here, is Wyatt Baldwin. Let's talk about the music you're going to perform today, buddy.
Okay. I got some new original tunes that I've been working on.
World premieres today?
Pretty much, yeah. They're like
that.
There's one of them still kind of a work in progress, and I hope to record some of these this year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, just asking you shall receive. You're about to record them right now. By the magic of radio.
Yeah.
All right, tell us about the first song. What is it?
This one's called "Just Do Your Thing."
Okay.
This kind of came from a moment when I felt kind of like there's moments where you feel overwhelmed and get kind of paralyzed, and you just don't know the next step, and it's just kind of a very gentle reminder to myself, just kind of step back,
that's interesting. You've written it as encouragement to yourself. It's not really involved an inspiration from anybody else.
Yeah.
Very nice. That's an interesting angle.
I feel like a lot of my music is like that. It's I'll create characters and stories, and but at the end of the day, once I step back and look at it, like I'm really just talking to myself a whole lot.
Yeah. I think just to give you a little encouragement and a little tip, I just had an idea. Maybe you need a song that would be catchy called Note to Self. I like that idea.
Note to self.
Yep. You know how people walk around with a little recorder?
Oh, yeah.
You make a note to yourself and go from there. All right, so let's hear the inspiration of
All
Do
right.
Your Thing.
Well, don't worry, babe, I'll be alright. I've been thinking about this cup of joe and cigarette all night. Now the sun is shining, and so are you. But I'm still in bed thinking justice and truth. Well, don't worry, babe, I'll be alright. Just do your thing, just do. Well, mornings like these remind me of a boy taking walks with mama and feeding fishes his toys. But now that I'm grown, I go to the pier and I think what a shame the water's not more clear. Well, don't worry, baby, just do your thing, just do your thing. I wish I was a crow people take as a sign. Maybe change their hearts, maybe change their minds, but it wouldn't make a difference if I was a crow or a snake. I can't shake foundations without a good old-fashioned earthquake. Well, don't worry, baby, just do your thing, just do your thing. I believe you when you say I've had enough, but I never thought I'd see the day when you give up. Just do your thing, honey. Well, all my people are going extinct. We never made a good team. We just sit alone and think with heads full of worries and bodies full of nerves. But I don't care, just live here in spurts. Well, don't worry, baby, just do your thing, just do your thing.
I like that song, Wyatt, and I'll tell you what, it's not just inspiration for you, it's for all of us. And I'll tell you why I say that, because, you know, that drives home the old adage that if you do something well, stick to it. And, you know, we all of us in music, there's that urge to reinvent and that urge to change things up according to what other people are doing and what, you know, somebody might ask you for. I think it's so important to really stay true to what you know in your heart. That's a good song. I like it.
Yeah, I think that's at
It
the
got
heart
through
of
to
it.
me.
It goes through with the music too.
Nice.
It was like I was trying
It's
to.
catchy.
Well, it was a good point you made about trying to reinvent things. I was trying to like be like some sort of guitar god or something like that, but then I had to remind myself, it's like just play 4 chords, Wyatt, and
The
sing
simplicity
your
of it
song.
is lovely, and it gets the message across very effectively. And I just want you to understand that I'm glad it's inspiring you, but you know what? I think it did something for everybody else too.
Well, thank
So
you. That means a
mission
lot.
accomplished. What else you have?
Well, I have another new song that I've been working on. It's called Wildfire,
Okay.
and this one I kind of I was kind of writing, and I wasn't sure about where it was going. I texted a friend and asked him, I was like, hey, just give me a topic to write to. And she said environment, and I was like, oh, that's what I was already kind of writing about in mind.
So was this during the Malibu fires or something? When did you do this?
No, it was I don't know, kind of recently. Like I mean, it was after I wrote "Just Do Your Thing," and I was kind of needed some healing. So like I found going outside and just being around and nature was kind of relaxing. So it's kind of a love song to nature, I guess.
Okay.
If I could get any more cliche, I would try.
That's all right. You know what? A lot of people have made millions of dollars with big cliches. Let's have it.
Love my successor 'cause I can. Love the man that leaves you alone in the darkened room where celestial lovers meet, and the ending as sweet as the start that ignited our hearts in wildfire. I think I need this. Go ahead and scorch me. We've been talking about this since 2023. Now we're waking up a fantasy. We're cutting through the smoke like an arrow, piercing me down below. I can't believe that you treat me like I'm not alive, but I'm here and burning like the sun, and coming undone in wildfire. I think I need this. Go ahead and scorch me. We've been talking about this since 2023. Now we're waking up a fantasy. Ooh, if you see me, I see you. Ooh, if you see me, I see you. Gotta watch this fire burning, honey. Keep your eyes open. I want you to win.
Nice. I'm taken by the phrase of "I think I need this. Go ahead and scorch me." It's almost like you're figuring out that the fire can be the cathartic moment for rejuvenation. That's interesting. I like that.
Yeah.
Very, very deep, Mr. Baldwin.
I was looking at old trees that just seemed, I don't
Yeah.
know, they just seemed like they just kept on going, even though they looked all mangled and
Yeah.
beaten up. So
The inside is still fresh and ready to emerge in the
Yeah.
spring again. Very nice. I like it. I like the thought that went into that.
thank you.
All right. It's hard to believe we're on our last song. Good heavens, the time just flies when you're having fun.
Yeah.
But we have one more for you. And if you're just joining us, this is Super Sound Showcase, sponsored by Culture Fix on FM 93.5 The Burg and WMBG AM 740. And we're listening to the original music of Wyatt Baldwin. But are you going to do that cover today? Are you actually doing something?
Yeah, I'm gonna do a cover. I've never
Okay.
done a cover on your show before.
Oh, that'll be fun.
Yeah.
I like it. What is this?
This is one of my favorite, old traditional tunes called "Wayfaring Stranger."
Oh, brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. I like this song a lot, so I'll be over here grooving. Don't mind me. Just do your thing.
I am a poor wayfaring stranger, traveling through this world below. There is no sin, no toil, no danger in that fair land to which I go. I'm going home to see my mother. I'm going home, no more to roam. I am just going over Jordan. I am just going over home. I know dark clouds will hover over me. I know my pathway is rough and steep. What golden fields lie out before me, where weary eyes no more will weep. I'm going home to see my father. I'm going home, no more to roam. I'm just going over Jordan. I am just going over home. I stumbled through a darkened valley, but rambled true underneath God's guiding light. If He don't take my broken body, I'll have to wander all through the night.
It's an interesting take on that song. I like it that you've made it your own in a lot of ways, starting most noticeably with the fact that there's just a little shift in the beat and your own interpretation of a lyric. Dude, that's really nice.
Thank you.
You know, the mark of an artist as they continue to grow is being able to take music that the audience is familiar with and still putting your stamp on it. I like that because I haven't heard you do a lot of cover music. You're
I
right.
appreciate
And that's very valuable.
There's a lot of versions of that song out there, so I
Mm-hmm.
drew from probably 3 or 4 different versions. Then the
Mm-hmm.
last verse was something I wrote myself. And
I
guess-
didn't realize that. That was a new lyric because I didn't remember that part, but that's why.
Yeah.
Well, aren't you interesting? Well, all right. I had no idea. I just thought it was all textural differences. I didn't know you had found some substance and added content.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Thank
know
you.
what? I like that creativity. So you keep up the fine work. And good luck to you as you work on the next album. What is the name of this piece, this album?
My EP is a Satisfaction Guarantee.
Oh, Satisfaction Guaranteed. So get yourself a copy of this. If you enjoyed Wyatt Baldwin, I want you to have this. And I will be listening to it later today, as a matter of fact, because I have not quite had enough of your music for the day.
Yeah.
This has just only awakened it.
And if you want a hard copy, a CD, you can find me at Aromas this Saturday
Oh, nice.
in Williamsburg. I'm playing 7 to 9.
Okay, and people can find your presence online as well?
Yeah, Bandcamp, social media, Wyatt Baldwin on Facebook or Instagram.
All right. Well, Wyatt, thanks for being here. It's always a pleasure.
Thank you so
And
much.
you know, I'm behind you. I love what you do, and I think you're getting better and better all the time. It's great to monitor that progress and see it evolve.
Thank you.
All right, buddy. Well, thank you for listening. Thank you also to Steve and to Jen and to Shirley, our friends at Culture Fix, for the opportunity to bring local artists into the living room and the car of all the people around here. But it is absolutely worthless without the people on the other end of the radio. So thank you all for listening. And of course, our video by our production expert, Riley, will be up and running tomorrow. So you should be able to tune into our social media and to YouTube. And it probably will make its way to Wyatt's presence online as well. And you'll be able to see what we were doing today and how much fun we had. I definitely had a good time. Now let's go back to the music you love. Here is Linda Ronstadt with How Do I Make You?